The man pretends to be filming inside the museum. Then he turns on the laser light on the camera, aimed at a heat-sensitive alarm under a display case. As the temperature rises, the alarm is triggered. The cabinet automatically switches to anti-theft mode. The original national treasures inside were quickly lowered into the 4-foot-thick reinforced concrete vault. Another accomplice, Cage, entered the museum posing as a maintenance man. Hiding in the bathroom, he stripped off his jacket. Then he quickly changed. The maintenance man was transformed into a man in a suit. Cage threw his tools in the trash. He fixes his hair, and then he used his charm to strike up a conversation with the museum curator. Then he slips the curator's champagne into his hand during the toast. Then he makes an excuse to leave, pouring the champagne into the sink. Back to the bathroom again, Cage took out his pre-prepared equipment. A bottle of iodine solution and a cotton ball. Put the iodine solution on the cotton ball. Put the cotton wool and the glass in a plastic bag and seal it. Iodine is a non-metallic element. It sublimates at room temperature. The iodine vapor gives the fingerprints on the wine glass a purplish-red color. This method of lifting fingerprints is known as fumigation in forensics. Then Cage puts on a thumbtack. After careful observation, he found the thumbprint. Then he carefully put the fingerprint on the thumbtack. Using the curator's fingerprint, Cage successfully opened the elevator leading to the museum vault. By now, his teammates outside. The team outside had put the security camera to the vault in a static state. Cage seems to have become invisible. He successfully arrived at the door of the vault, but Cage wanted to enter the vault. There's one last challenge. That is to enter the 9-digit code. Cage took out a UV lamp and shined it on it. The letters on the keyboard showed clear fingerprints. It turns out that Cage had prepared for this hurdle. Not long ago, he used phosphor in a glass of water. Then he stirred it well. Then he dipped his finger in the potion. He drew a smiley face on the table. The smiley face was clearly visible under ultraviolet light. Cage then dipped the coin in the potion. He put it in a beautiful gift box and sent it anonymously to the curator. The curator is an experienced coin collector. She couldn't get enough of the gift, and her hands were covered in fluorescence. And when the curator typed in the combination to the vault, the fluorescence stayed on the keypad. Cage entered the code and opened the vault door. She found the original Declaration of Independence, worth $1 billion. A man stole an antique painting and simply carried the whole frame out of the vault. To make it easier to carry, he unscrewed the frame inside the elevator, carefully removed the painting and sealed it in a plastic bag to protect it from damage. Confident his plan was flawlessly crafted, he never suspected that the museum director had already seen through his scheme. The director hadn't exposed him because he also longed to unlock the painting's secrets. Under its ordinary appearance, the painting actually hid a treasure map. They realized that by following the clues, they could find the treasure and secure a life of wealth and comfort. So Jesse, the thief, immediately grabbed a lemon. They first dipped a cotton swab in lemon juice and then applied it across the painting. Gradually, a series of strange characters began to appear. They quickly studied the symbols and eventually deciphered a set of precise coordinates. Following the instructions, Jesse found an ancient wall. He then took out a small knife, pried out a marked red brick, and uncovered a pair of antique glasses worth $8 million. Jesse examined the glasses carefully and discovered they had double lenses. So he quickly put on the glasses and studied the painting again. To his amazement, a 3D treasure map appeared on the once empty canvas, making him ecstatic. He immediately took the painting with him to continue his research. But just as he left, his two teammates were suddenly kidnapped by a gang of thieves. The gang leader was none other than Tommy, Jesse's old nemesis. It turned out Tommy had been secretly searching for the treasure's clues for a long time but had never succeeded. When he learned that Jesse was close to finding the treasure, Tommy forced Jesse to take him along in the search. Soon they arrived at a castle, but the sight inside left them shocked. Below them was an endless black abyss, surrounded by steep winding staircases. But determined to reach the treasure, they steeled themselves and continued forward.